guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and I blog at the Bluegate blog about faith and grace and wellness and just kind of what I'm learning. This is my very first time ever to share anything about homeschooling. I'm a second generation homeschooler and we've homeschooled since the beginning. Our oldest is in 6th grade now. So one of the reasons this is the first time I'm sharing is because I feel like recently was the first time that we found something that we all just really love and works really well. And I found out recently also that there's moms who YouTube about homeschooling, and it's been an amazing resource for me. I was so excited to find that. So I haven't seen a video about this yet. There may be one out, but I haven't seen it. So I wanted to share in case this would be helpful for anyone else who is maybe looking for something like this. Sorry. So I'm going to share with you the Good and the Beautiful Safety Unit. And this is for grades K through 6. We are loving the Good and the Beautiful. We are doing the language arts. We have been for at least a month. We have the history curriculum to start. We just finished our previous history today. We have a science unit to start next week. And we've been doing the safety unit for, it's been a couple of weeks now. And it's really good. It covers fire safety, water and electricity, earthquakes and natural disasters, God gave me a body, home alone, kitchen and cooking safety, and internet and peer pressure. So just really good stuff to have a little help teaching the kids. I was about to turn the camera around to show you something, but before I do, we did get this supplemental book that you can get to go with it. It's I Said No, a kid-to-kid guide to keeping private parts private. And I hope I remembered everything that I wanted to say in this video. I recorded it earlier and it didn't record, so it feels repetitive to me. Hopefully I don't repeat myself a lot, but this is something that we've tried to talk to our kids about pretty early on, and it's something that I want to keep the communication lines open for and kind of keep revisiting it, hopefully in different ways and from different angles. So I really appreciate resources that help us do it. This looks like it's going to be a really good book. That goes with Unit 4, if I didn't say that, about God Gave Me a Body. So one more thing before I turn the camera around. As you can see, we are in a small space right now, which we kind of love, but it makes homeschooling look a little different than it used to. And one just little thing that I've been really loving is this Latchmate bin, and it has this little area on top with compartments in it to hold different stuff, and it's been fantastic to hold multiple curriculums. And I think actually I can get just about all of our school stuff in there. You can find it at Michael's, or I'll link one for Amazon, but great thing to have. If you have a lot of space, I think it'd be awesome to get one for each kid. If not, and you're in a small space like us, it's a lifesaver for organization. So I am going to turn the camera around and just show you a little sneak peek at the first couple lessons here. The notebook, but I took it out because I thought it would be easier to show you some things, and also because I'm thinking I'm going to move it over somehow to that Latchmate bin so it doesn't take up as much space. It is suggested that you take a field trip to a fire station or a police station at some point during this unit study, and you can learn from my mistake. This comes loose leaf, it comes in a stack of paper. It's really nice paper too. I love the quality of the pictures that the Good and the Beautiful has. But you can learn from my mistake and not hole punch every page until you've looked at it. You'll see I hole punched some pages that weren't supposed to be, but that's okay. It also suggests that you have a science and safety wall, which we don't have because of space, but I'll show you what we do instead of that. The lesson preparation is really minimal. You can see here the supplies needed for the whole unit. Most of it is stuff that we already have on hand. I am not a big fan of buying supplies that we don't need or won't use. and I don't feel like it's had us do any of that yet. So here's lesson 1. I love that the Good and Beautiful have these little check mark boxes that you can check off when you've done a section. Maybe that's just my personality. So the prep work for this first lesson was, here's the answer key, but for the kids, I cut out these same little squares and mixed them up, and they had to put it under safe or not safe. And then we did a fire drill. I found a fire alarm sound effect on YouTube, and we did that after we had gone around looking at all of our fire exits that we have here. There's also a rule with each lesson that you're supposed to put on your science board. This is what we do instead. I do not like I don't care for the wood plank background, but oh well. But we're just gonna keep all of our rules on this page of paper to conserve space. In this lesson, it also had the kids make a fire escape plan, and it would tell where they would go in the event that there was a fire. So that was that, and I'll show you lesson 2 we did today. There was a little bit more prep work. I need to cut out these little fish and put a paper clip on them so that we could fish them out with a magnet. And as the kids fished them out, they read the water safety tips, and then there was an electrical safety scavenger hunt. So I had these around, and the kids found them, read the facts, and then found out where the next clue was, and it ended with a bag of popcorn in the microwave, which we don't normally use our microwave for popcorn, but it was a fun way to show that electricity can be used for good things too. And then while they ate that, I read the last part of it, which was this little book. I love the graphics in the Good and the Beautiful. You can see my holes there. This is one of those you might want to look at before you hole punch. But just short and sweet. I feel like there's not fluff. It's just what you need to know, which I love. So that's a quick overview of the first 2 lessons. Let me switch the camera around again. So that's kind of an overview of the beginning of the course. I forgot to mention earlier, another thing that I love is the game. There's lots of games and activities, lots of interaction. There's not very long periods where the kids are just sitting there having to listen to me read something. It's very interactive, but it's very productive. Like I'm not a fan of a lot of fluff that either makes a big mess or it takes a lot of time, and the kids don't really come out of it. They don't really take a lot away from it. But I don't feel that's the case, which is probably why I love it. So if you enjoyed this, would you leave a comment and like this video, and feel free to subscribe. We absolutely love the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts program. We have noticed tremendous improvements in a very short amount of time. If you'd like me to do a video on that, just an overview of one of the levels that we have, let me know. I will link everything that I talked about down below, and you guys have an amazing weekend.